The way the dynamic of Palantir usually works is I get a lot of love on the outside, but on the inside it's like merciless beating and humiliation. However, currently I'm getting love on the inside. So I'm enjoying this. It's the nice warmth on the inside, some nice warmth. I can occasionally be right.
It doesn't matter how many times you hear Alex Karp talk, he always comes out with something different. This speech is no different. Check this out.
At Palantir, we have a tradition. I provide a proclamation of truth, and 1% of the company rage quits. But currently, we even have the rage quitting under control. So these are joyous times for us, and happy holidays. I have something that's not well formed, so excuse me if it's not intelligible, that I've been thinking a lot about. So we went through a phase, actually AI really began on the battlefield with Project Maven. It was using algorithms and compute. It's really changed the history of the world. That story wasn't told. I honestly begged the Defense Department to talk about it because we all wonder where the dollars are being spent. And so, something really powerful and cool and scary is better. I think it's great, but even if you don't think it's great, looks very valuable. That story didn't get told. And so then we got this first phase of the large language model, and we're super impressed that something that looks software-ish can do anything. And that created a stampede of people, doing science experiments. I'm trying to be a little less vulgar now that we're a real company, but internally we tended to compare that to the social lives of many Palantirians. Virtual, unpleasant, with no result, and it's humiliating. Without going into vulgar details, you get the picture. And then, we were using this obnoxious word that now has become part of everyone's vocabulary and being copied by the name, not the product, by vast enterprise software companies of yesteryear. Then slowly and now increasingly, there's a realization that if you want to move from social life of the kind of person who gets in here to actual coolness, you need something like an ontology to, get the motion to work in the ocean, basically. So you begin to see this, and obviously super grateful that everyone is here and you're seeing it. But I think now we're beginning to see it's useful, but then you can ask, what is the meaning of that usefulness?
What's striking about this story is how Palantir's early work in AI, particularly with Project Maven, showcased the potential of machine learning in real-world, high-stakes environments. How often do we see companies pivot from the battlefield to enterprise-scale solutions with this level of agility? It's clear that Palantir understands the power of scalable AI applications across sectors.
And I think the reason why I'm so bullish on our company and yours, and actually our nation right now, is what makes Palantir internally, organizationally so special, and the reason why so many of the great people you'll meet in the world are either here or in others were here, is we constantly focused on what is the core principle the enterprise should be. So the government has one customer, is one buyer, so people typically go to the government, and then they just, the government says, build me a space machine, tell me I'm smart, and everyone says, yes, space machine's coming, $2 billion, and you're smart. And Palantir, we were like, yeah, we're just not doing that. We're going to build you the product you should have, not the product you've asked for, not the product you say you'll give us money for, the product you should have. And what is that? It's like taking an institution back to its essential core. So, it's like, people don't have to agree with this, but it's like, what is a country? A country has a border. What is an educational institution? You learn something. What is a military thing? We hurt our adversaries and make us safer. What does an enterprise do? It produces something valuable where it's produced so the customer gets more value and you get more value. That's the nature of a business. All enterprises in the world have been built up on that core idea, but it gets divergent.
Palantir's approach to product development is rooted in a deep understanding of value creation. By focusing on delivering not just what's asked for, but what's truly necessary, they cut through the noise and deliver results that matter, both for the institution and for its customers. It's this commitment to core principles that sets them apart in a world increasingly filled with fleeting trends.
So it's like, I think that's where the world is going to go, and you're on the front of doing it, and I believe we can help you transform your company into its core existence and then extend that core existence into the market in a more efficient and better way and safer way. And that's what we're doing here. And, again, the basic ontology foundry and whatever large language model you choose to use will help you do that.
The evolution of Palantir's approach, from its roots in military applications to its expansion into enterprise software, showcases a level of strategic insight that is rare in today's tech world. What stands out most in Karp's speech is the deep understanding of how AI, when properly applied, can drive substantial change, not just on the battlefield, but in the operations of entire organizations, industries, and even countries. Project Maven is a pivotal example of this transition. The use of machine learning and algorithms in real-world military applications isn't just groundbreaking. It has the power to shape the trajectory of global geopolitics. Many companies tout AI capabilities, but few can point to such a meaningful, real-world application. Palantir's decision to push the boundaries of what AI could do in the defense sector wasn't just about showcasing technology. It was about harnessing that technology to make a real impact, something that gets lost in the noise of Silicon Valley's more surface-level innovations. But what's even more intriguing is the realization that this powerful cutting-edge tech didn't stay confined to government contracts. It scaled into enterprise solutions, a crucial step that distinguishes Palantir from the many AI startups vying for attention. Palantir's ability to transition AI from specialized military applications to enterprise-scale solutions is a testament to the company's foresight and its ability to scale in ways that most businesses can only dream of. This isn't just a shift from one market to another, it's a philosophy of maximizing impact across every domain. As Palantir pivots from the science experiments and hype surrounding large language models to the development of tangible, real-world tools, they don't just follow trends, they shape them. The self-awareness expressed in this speech about the obnoxious buzzwords in the industry shows a company that is focused on delivering results that go beyond the typical Silicon Valley jargon. Palantir's willingness to tackle the reality of the AI landscape, unafraid to address the messiness of its growth, is what makes them a standout in a world where many companies chase the latest, shiny object. When Karp talks about the importance of ontology to push AI from theoretical to practical, it highlights a core element of Palantir's strength: understanding the structure of information and data at its deepest level. AI models are only as effective as the data they operate on, and the ability to structure and process data meaningfully is what separates the successful companies from those left in the dust. This is where Palantir thrives, by seeing beyond the surface-level use of AI and focusing on foundational elements that allow for scalable, sustainable impact. It's also worth noting the philosophical underpinnings that run throughout this speech. The focus on core principles, what an institution, a company, or even a country should do, reflects a worldview that's rarely seen in today's business landscape. There's a rejection of the idea of building products simply because they're asked for, and instead, Palantir sets itself apart by building the product that should exist. This commitment to principle is critical in an age where so many businesses, governments, and institutions settle for mediocrity or play it safe. By focusing on real value creation, Palantir avoids the trap of short-term thinking that plagues much of the tech industry. What's even more interesting is how this philosophy applies not just to the software Palantir creates, but to the way the company functions internally. The acknowledgement that Palantir's culture can be harsh, that there's merciless beating and humiliation, but also a celebration of the current love on the inside, reflects a company that understands that true growth comes through difficult but rewarding processes. The culture at Palantir isn't about creating a comfortable, cushy environment. It's about pushing individuals to reach their highest potential, both as contributors to the company and as innovators in their own right. This is a place where challenging ideas and radical honesty are welcomed, even if it means losing a small percentage of the team along the way. The recognition of Palantir's unique organizational structure is equally compelling. Palantir's ability to maintain focus on its core mission, even when faced with external pressures, speaks volumes about the company's resilience. Many companies fall victim to the temptation of chasing every new trend or bowing to the pressures of stakeholders. Palantir, on the other hand, sticks to its guns and does what it believes is right, not just for the company, but for the broader mission of delivering real value. Whether it's redefining what a government agency should be doing or rethinking how an enterprise produces value, Palantir is constantly asking the difficult questions that others often shy away from. This unwavering commitment to the core is what makes Palantir not just another tech company, but one that truly has the potential to reshape industries.
It's a really cool ride. Very happy you're here. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, whatever holiday you celebrate. I think it's a pretty joyous time. We're rocking here in America and enjoying it. Glad to have you here. Thanks for being here. Thank you.